Remember rapping Duke? The Hall, the Hall. You never thought that hip hop would take it this far. Yeah, man. Hip hop definitely took it far. A little too far. Well, we'll say the industry took hip hop too far. On one hand, the negative aspect of it or whatever. So I said that for a reason. Anyway, we in here in the memory of my nigga Biggie. Uh, I know I started the last one off. Well, the intro. A couple weeks ago, about a month ago or whatever. Um, I ain't necessarily in that big of a rush. No pun intended. No pun intended. Right? Because it ain't just about it's either focus of the big boy movement, but it's a whole cadre of cats. I'm gonna be bringing up, right? Because it's like really the it's about Pac and Big, but like I said, I ain't really did too much on Big as compared to Pac. So even though it's a Big and Pac thing, you know, I'm really putting more shots, putting more light on Big. At least for right now. Then when it come back around to the spring, I'm gonna try to, it'll be, you know, back and forth. Cause I'm gonna probably do about two more of these, um, before I get to uh, some of the big stories I wanna go into. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Cause I got some good shit, man. Um, so yeah, let's get to it, man. So we talk about Big. First and foremost, I kind of ran through the other one, so I'm not sure if how thorough. I need to start going back and watch my shit. I'm gonna have to do it anyway because I'm gonna incorporate some of that shit in my book. Some of my shit from my past videos, uh, but not to the point to where um, you'll read it and be like, oh man, I could have just went and watched the videos. I'm incorporate some of that shit in there too, but as well as new information or whatever. And every now and then I have to, it'll be moments where cause a lot of shit I want to kind of save for the book. I'm sure sometimes it'll be a few things I'll be like, well, I was gonna say that for the book, but I go ahead and whoop here and there. Cause I'm starting this saving shit for the book as of right now. Well, this year or whatever, certain shit. But I know it's certain shit I say I'm gonna say that for the book. It's like, nah, I'm gonna go ahead and give it to him now. So it'll be like that. But um, yeah, man, I got an um, I ain't gonna even shout them out yet. I want to kind of pop it up. But if I see it, you probably if I shout who I want to shout out right now, you may or may not. And even if you did draw the connections, it won't take the thunder from my story. But trying to let it all go together. So I hold that one. Uh, Spiritual shit though. This shit is. I say, man, you've been following my work, man. And you don't. You don't. I shouldn't even. Maybe I shouldn't even be at a point. It should be at a point now where I'm. I don't have to necessarily convince you. Now you new to me or new to my teachings or whatever. Blah blah blah. I got a whole plethora of shit you can go and lead up to this moment. You know what I'm saying? But anybody that's really been on my shit, man. We passed the. Or you've been following me. I hope we should be. Cause I know I didn't. I done pretty much hit y'all niggas with enough receipts, man. Where it's like, Yeah, you can't deny me. Uh, and it's funny I said it like that because uh, remind me of a Screw tape. Shout out to my nigga Screw, man. You see him in the back, him and Donna. Uh, my boy Mo Yo over there too, Big Mo. Uh, we don't get into them boys there. I got a hell of a Screw story to tell, which is probably why it happened. Why I just said what I said, but I said I can't be denied. Uh, okay. See, I want to show you this moment. Small thing, but this is how spirituality works. Now, I just said that, right? Can't be denied. Okay. Now let me show you. This shit is all right here. Well, the story. Well, I'm gonna tell y'all this story, which is about 2 hours old. But this moment that I just had right here in the real time connects to that. I'm gonna show you what I mean. Now I just said can't be denied, right? Now I was looking for about a couple hours ago. Took a little nap and shit, man. But I went I was gonna go outside, smoke, and come back in. Well, listen to a little big, then come back in, do the joint. But I kind of took a nap. But anyway, when I went out, I was looking for this Screw tape with Big on it. Now in the cause Screw had his boys in there, or whoever he making the tape for that day, they being on the mic talking and shit. So Notorious Thugs. That nigga Screw. I think it was his first time. Matter of fact, it was his first time dropping that song on tape. I think. Well, it was the first time I heard it. First tape I ever heard it on. Which Notorious Thugs was a big thing. That and Thug Love. Bad motherfuckers, man. One of my favorite I used to say it was my favorite Screw tape. But it's just like hip hop. I had people I I kind of got the favorite thing. Cause once you start getting to a level of once you get to a level of really into some shit, it's hard to be like my favorite thing. But at one point in time, it was my favorite Screw tape. It's still one of my favorite ones. But it's only Rolling Red. No gangbanging shit. I hear you hear niggas say only Rolling Red. They talking about red line cars. They don't have nothing to do with gangbang. But I get into that shit too. But one thing at a time. So anyway, I was on the porch. So I'm looking for a tape with and that's big coming through right now. I don't know if you caught that. I got another story about that too. Getting that in a minute, but I'm looking for I think I had the wrong tape. So I'm skipping through this to try to find the song, and I realized, no, this ain't the one. But where I stop, now mind you, I'm skipping through, but I had some on mine, so I wasn't really paying attention to the music. So when I skipped a few, and I finally came to when I finally realized that it wasn't the tape, the part in the tape where I stopped at, man, you niggas gonna think I'm lying. The part of the tape I stopped at was him playing Juicy. But it took me a minute to snap to that shit. Cause I said, nah, this ain't the tape. That's what it was. I think I started trying to think of the tape. So I wasn't paying attention to the music. So I kind of leaned back in the chair and started smoking. When I snapped back, I'm like, hold up, it's Juicy. I'm sitting like this, like, hold up. Now, mind you, I'm not trying this shit. So I'm like, damn. So now it's just instrumental. So now I'm like, damn, which really don't matter. But now I'm trying to figure out. I'm like, damn, is this the original Juicy or is this Big? Cause he do both. Um, you hear Juice, the original Juicy on a lot of his tapes too. So I'm sitting up, and I'm like, ain't that some shit? Now Big been coming through tough. Like, it ain't, so I'm not surprised, but it just this shit is never. I, this shit never gets old. I like that. Like, it's like I don't, it's much magical shit happen to me all day, every day. I still, uh, that shit still, I still get excited. You know what I'm saying? Because this shit happen. Type of situation I just explained to you is just that's all day with me. But all day, all day. That's why when I read and study, they say when you and pretty much find out once you get to this level, the spirit surrounds you. The shit is real because I see shit. I say, yeah, that's what that is. But y'all did my nigga dirty too, man. Just like Whitney, cause I know. Cause let me show you. See how he looking? Saying kind of remind me of that Whitney picture. I didn't pick them pictures like, oh, I'm looking for the one with the mean mug. Would just be the ones I end up getting. So I gotta give me another picture of Whitney though. I gotta get some happy shit too. And Big too. And I gotta get another picture of Pac. I got one with him and Aaliyah, but that's like some. I know that's some Photoshop shit. I don't think them with matching T-shirts and shit. That's the thing about this shit too. All the technology and shit, it's cool to a certain degree, but it's like now and not just with technology. Period. It's like entertainment, all kinds. You don't know what the fuck is real around this bitch or what. Bunch of bullshit be going on. But anyway, uh, yeah, man. So uh, yeah, that was the moment, man. But I was like I said, I was looking for Notorious Thugs because um on Notorious Thugs on that song or the particular tape I was looking for. That's what one of the niggas was saying on the tape. Screw was mixing Notorious Thugs, and one of the niggas on the tape was like, Biggie Smalls, you can't deny him. That boy can't be denied, man. Or some of that nature, but he said it can't be denied though. He was saying that, or at least the reason why I think he was saying it was because we was coming out the whole Pac and Big thing. Big kind of took a hit with that whole shit. And it's just my insight on it. So when I heard the tape, and I heard, I think that's what he was trying to basically say, like, because it's almost, I don't want to say that, but he did take a hit, man. But we just say that, you know what I'm saying, and then just on a personal level, you know what I'm saying, all the shit he went through. But anyway, I just thought, I share that part right there, man, because that just happened. So I was trying to show y'all how, that's how spirit interacts with. But like I said, I do this all the time, but just another example. I try to stay showing you niggas examples so you'll be able to, once you really get into the zone, you'll be able to, when you have these type of experiences, you won't just be like blowing the shit off or thinking you tripping or whatever. Now don't get me wrong, the mind is a tricky thing. You know, even Bobby. Um, I remember stories he would tell. Shout out to him, man. It's his birthday. So we gonna give a big born day shout out to the OG, man. Um, and it's crazy, man. Cause was that today? Either that was either today or yesterday. I was studying and I ran across his mom's in my studies though. Uh, I think I'm gonna tell that with the screw one, but yeah. Um, so shout out to Miss Irene Shaw, man. That's what I'm trying to see and think about what a pictures of my book or uh, uh, just the type of shit we gonna be going through. You hear me talk for a minute, so yeah. But yeah, man. But it's crazy because when I came across it, I was already thinking about a couple days before that, and then this happened, and that's connected to some other shit that happened like last weekend. So I say it's a whole thing. But yeah, um, uh, but I remember him, you know, like the Twitch lectures, he'll be like, he'll get a channel or something, and but he'll go check one of the psychic sisters to see how valid it was, um, which is a thing too. And then sometimes the information is valid, the spirit of just validated itself. You'll see something like, oh, I'm just tripping, and you'll see something again, and you'll see something again, and you'll, oh no, I wasn't tripping. So you know, um, uh, so the so when you see people like you hear me talking about like Big and Pac and all of them, uh, they manifest through uh, occurrences and actions because they coming from because they live within you or whatever. So it be small shit that be happening, shit that you didn't do on purpose or man, I can tell you some real small shit that happened to me today or right before I did this and take you to a book I read earlier today and it is some real insignificant shit, but the shit is that deep. But anyway, yeah, just like the story I just told you about, can't be denied. So, which is true, you know. And like I said, out here, another route he said it because like out here, now first and foremost, let's not get this confused. I don't niggas think niggas was out here burning Biggie posters and shit. No, but Pac, that's what I was trying to say a few minutes ago. Pac kind of had we never really, you can't. The users just say, fuck the death and all that shit. Let's just talk about on a hip hop level. We were just talking about a battle, minus niggas dying and shit. Uh, you couldn't really judge that fight. I know you hit him up, but like I say, Big said some shit too, and also on a hip hop level. Like I say, niggas died, so I don't made the transition. Excuse me, but uh, just you was just trying to judge it on a hip hop level, which shit. Once them niggas made got died or made the transition or whatever, who gives a fuck about the battle? Some nigga died, but anyway, uh, uh, it'll be easy for a person to look and say, "Oh, Pac won," cause hit him up and all this shit. Woo woo. But you couldn't really judge that battle because they could. Pac died before Big. It wasn't really a. I don't want to say even match, but it wasn't. basically based off the timing or whatever. Pac said what he said. Big shot a few shots. Then Pac died. So now Big, even though he had already took his shots, then he died. So I guess what I'm trying to say was he never really got if we just wanted to go through a battle ends, he didn't really get a chance to go back and forth with him like that or whatever. On a hip hop level or whatever. But I was saying that to say, if you just look, when you look at how Pac swayed, Pac had a whole lot of sway. So when he, no pun intended, but when he started doing his thing, because he went to get the interview with Sway after that, or when he got out of jail or whatever. But he didn't get a chance to. And I'm saying that because what I was gonna say was like out here, because just when the shit happened, you had your side chew. I was never a side chew. Like I said, the first hip hop album I ever bought was Biggie. Life Up, or Ready to Die. That's the name of the album. They had to say that shit because niggas too deep these days. Oh, you think he put the red and black on? Think he's ready to? Nah, just none of my nigga Biggie, but that was the first album I bought, which is interesting. And we'll get back. We should get into that. I'm gonna start right with the right felt, but before I go there, I want to kind of go back and give you the history of how I came into the knowledge of Big. But there was a lot of people that was like riding with Pac for real. I'm talking just fans, like, oh man, fuck that nigga. And I was always like, man, I fuck with both of them niggas, man. And like I always tell people, I didn't pick a side, but well, I'm saying it because that's what I used to tell people. Like, I used to think I fuck with both of them. I was like, Pac a little bit more similar to me based off of the, him being conscious or whatever. And you didn't really. I don't want to say you didn't hear conscious stuff in Biggie music because shit. Hell, but compared to Pac, because I think you come from a time back then where everybody had, everybody had some damn near some sense of, not even if you was just, not you didn't have to be straight public enemy. You could be just gangster rap. Everybody had some sense of battling oppression. Just put it like that. Or some sense of being oppressed by whatever you want to call these motherfuckers. I'm starting to just start calling them faceless bastards. Because we say the powers that be, but I don't even. Niggas are the real power. Soon we realize that shit, the better off we'll be. But so I can't remember that word. That nigga Bobby, that nigga said the powers that would be. That boy Bobby get on their ass. But I think that was him who said that. I can't remember. But yeah, man. But I said it because he was telling me can't be denied because I think and I'm just speculating on what he said, but I think he was saying it because what he was trying to say was, we know everybody on the which is the same thing I always say, because you can't, that's between them two niggas. And even with the lineup, one would say if what people thought Pac was saying, because that's another thing too, a lot of shit Pac was saying, he said shit and people don't. Motherfuckers want to talk about this shit, know it all, and well, Pac did this, and this, that, and Suge, and whoop whoop, and all this shit. But nobody putting all the shit together. So you still have a nigga talking like Big shit Pac up or whoop 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 some shit. And the whole wife like, motherfucker, Pac told you the nigga told him the nigga was finna rob him. So what would, you know, it gotta be some other shit going on because ain't nobody telling the nigga, hey man, them niggas finna rob you, and he's down with the robbery. So once I heard that shit back in it, when all this shit first happened, that was indication to me like, okay, there's some funny business going on here. Cause you don't tell niggas you finna rob them if you trying to sneak attack them. And then they say Big got robbed for telling the nigga or whatever. And it could very well be why he died. But it's a little deeper than that. Cause I'm gonna be honest with you. Well, I'm gonna get into that later. I don't want to get ahead of myself. But even with that part, you know, I was like, shit, you know, because that would be kind of fucked up if he set him up to get hit. But if the nigga told you, he couldn't have too much to do with it if he tried to tell you, like, hey man, them niggas ain't no good or something. He knew something. And I don't know what the fuck Pac was thinking when he went back and, you know, you got some type of situation with these niggas, and he went back over there. But I don't think Pac knew how. Either he didn't give a fuck. We know we can factor that in with Pac, but everybody around Pac was saying, or everybody be speaking of the situation, you know, they were saying, man, we were trying to tell them, you know, them dudes you with, them niggas is some, basically one of the reports I heard was they told Pac, somebody told him, if not Big, but I don't know, but anyway, they told him, hey man, them niggas you over there with out of your league, kind of, or was telling them niggas was no good, or so many words or whatever. And I see why they said that shit. But so even with that, but a lot of motherfuckers act like Pac never said that. But he said Big told him that. That's why he said the problem with him and Big was a small thing. So I was like, man, like I say, it's a whole bunch of shit behind that. And which goes back about telling y'all about the East meets West. That's what Pac and Big represent. That's the actual thing. Spirituality, East meets West. East meets West is when let me go get the with on. Like I say, when, let's just say, if this was Earth, it could be one point a year where the sun is on this side, or actually the Earth is on, we'll just say this is the sun, right? And let's just say the Earth is traveling on this right here, on this orbit right here. When the fall equinox and the spring equinox come around, that's East meets West. Because this is, well, actually going that way would be the south, but we'll just do it. This would be the east, north, east, yeah. So this would be the east. This would be the west. The sun would be right here, shooting straight through there. That's east meets west. The sun being on the east side, with the rays shooting through the middle, connecting it to the west. I'm glad I said that, because Ronaldo Ray came through. Oh yeah, Ronaldo Ray, my boy. I know that. I know I wasn't tripping when I got the notice that he was coming through. But like I say, certain shit confirms itself. So, cause I was thinking about hamburger. Let me write this shit down, cause I ain't gonna. Like I said, this should be creating itself in real time and shit. But this I already knew. I just didn't know when I went to which lecture I was going. No, not new, but This some shit I thought came to me about a week or two ago. This deals with health though, but I'm probably getting to this one on my next joint. But let me find. I think I do wanna. I didn't know if I was gonna say it. I mean, I was gonna speak on this right here, but I will. Had something to do with my mom. So make sure I write this down though, so I don't forget it. I'm glad I brought him up. I gotta get yeah, I heard some shit earlier. Oh yeah. See now I wanna get violent. Now I go I ain't gonna lie, man. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Some good niggas got fucked up with this entertainment shit, man. I ain't gonna hold you, man. But yeah, man, I just had a moment. But anyway, oh man, yo. But anyway, let me write this shit down. Yeah, so but there'll be a lot of shit going on up there, man. This shit don't come just sitting around thinking about bullshit all day. So y'all have to excuse me, man. It'd be a lot. I mean, in a good way though. The pun right here, ain't that a bitch? See, man, look. Anyway, wouldn't have it no other way, man. I love this shit, boy. But I was thinking about this comedian named Hamburger. But I'll tell you how I got to that point in another segment. I gotta show y'all niggas some shit about my T Jones. Show y'all how real the feel this shit is. But that's my mother. I know y'all know what a lot of y'all probably know what T Jones mean. But shout out to the Jones girls too, man. Shit, Jesus Jones, right here, right now. That's a bad motherfucker right there, boy. Jesus Jones. I wonder what he's doing these days. I like that song though. But that shit got, man, look, bro. That's why I gotta do the book. I gotta hurry up and get on my shit, man. Cause it be, I think that's what it is. Cause it be so much shit, man. I can just wake up and talk about this shit all day, every day. New shit just stay happening. I don't want to make it at like I said, I use these stories, true stories. They get me fucked up with the bullshit, but I tell these stories, like I say, just to give you an understanding on how I want to say ancestral worship, but you can say that because worship just means admiration, really. But that's another thing we talk about two words association. But you know, you gotta watch how you use the word these days, due to the fact of how what that has become, what worship has become, what the thought that comes to the average person's head when they hear that word or whatever. I was telling you about master. Now when you know, now I was trying to tell you the other day about words. I was like, you see the word master. When we think about master, now the first thing you think about is somebody that rules or you didn't think of a tyrant, damn near. But you know, you wouldn't say if somebody taught you, you wouldn't say these days at least. And these are the times you wouldn't say, well, that's my master right there. Because that automatically implies, oh, you bow down to this person, or you whoop to whoop to whoop to whoop, and this, that, and the third. But in our essence, when people used to say that, or you hear somebody say, learn at the feet of the master. So you say, learn at the feet of the master today, and a nigga ego will kick in, not just because of the ego, but based off of what these terms have became as opposed to what they really meant, or what they was more so, what the meaning more so was or perceived. So I guess in some word, what I'm trying to say is we perceive things, even the words, we perceive things different than we once did. So, but actually, when you hear like old kung fu movies or something, you hear the dude say, "Well, that's my master." Or, woo, woo. You got the other sense of it where it's somebody warding over you or whatever, but it's another. The other definition of it basically teacher. It's the same thing, master teacher. It's the because when you say that's the master, you'll say, well, that motherfucker knew something. They just say you was a master carpenter or some shit, and you teach somebody, and you get carpenter lessons from a. When they used to say, "Oh, that's my master," what they were saying, no, he's the master. He's a master carpenter. So in another way, in a nutshell, what they be saying is he be just calling that his teacher. Now, 100 years ago, or 20 years ago, whatever, you could say that a person can say, "Well, that's my master," and you wouldn't take it as he's his goddamn. You know, he's his slave or some shit like that, or he's a slave to that person. No, you will know what he's saying. He's the person that taught me carpentry or whatever. He was a master. Now I'm a master. He taught me or whatever. So I was trying to explain that to a nigga. How the perception of words, even if you go look up master, you'll probably see, and not in the words that I put it in, but you'll probably see that same definition. I'm going to go check that out. Well, if I just used it off the top of the head when I went when I was trying to break something down with this dude. In that situation has something to do with Bobby Mama. With Bobby Mom, man. But shout out to Bobby though, man. Happy birthday to the OG, man. And it's perfect time to say it because that's been on my mind. And hold on, let me make sure. Okay. Oh, the hammer, Ronaldo Ray. Yeah. Oh, let me get back. So yeah, there's a lot of shit. But and I'm thinking about hamburger. Man, I'm gonna hold up. But anyway, I was thinking about hamburger, the comedian or whatever. I don't know where he at now. I see a lot of the old OG comedians, since we didn't went to this new age, this online internet shit. I pretty much seen a lot of the big names in comedy from my day still doing their thing. Salute to them. But I ain't seen no hamburger, man. I don't know if he's still alive or what's. I think about him though, cause I went to school with a cat. Or did he go to Hastings? I think he went to Hastings. Yeah, he went to Hastings. We went to I think we was either in elementary school or middle school. But his mama was a comedian. I'm not sure if she ever made it to comic, but I think she did. I can't remember that her name. She didn't have a big name, but she was around the area with Shucky Ducky, Quack Quack, and all that right there. I think I remember him telling us about a show she did with him or something like that. So I was thinking about that, and then Ronaldo Ray popped up. Actually popped up before that. I was watching him in this movie, And then a little bit after that, I started thinking about the hamburger thing. Bah, fuck it, I'll go ahead and see it. That's a whole nother. I'm trying to decide because I know this should have taken me somewhere. I'll hold that one, man, just on the keep it on the safe side. Cause I don't want to make this one too long because, like I said, it's a series. So I don't need 10 hour goddamn videos and shit. I'm trying to break this shit up into small parts. I'm quite sure there'll be one or two where I go hard, probably about a good 4 or 5 hours, and really just get into some hip hop shit. Because you can't forget, big is hip hop. So we talking about big, we talking about hip hop. And like I say, it ain't just about big. It's about big. It's about big folks from the front line. But shout out to all my. I got a roll call I'm doing in a minute. So shout out to all them big boys, man. I got some other shit. I'm tell you, I got this screw. See, that's another thing I want to make known too. But I got a hell of a story. When I tell y'all, like, not to sit here and tell you about me and give you proof of me being the Messiah and all that. That's a good thing. But no, I'm gonna show you. That's me. So of course, that's the, that's what shit is all about. Finding out about knowledge of self, not just knowledge of self, who you are as a, not just us as a collective, but who you are as an individual or whatever. What resonates with you. So what resonates with me, fight for. You know what I'm saying. But anyway, but what I'm doing here, and what you'll find in this book, Ancient Egypt, Light of the World. If you study that book, then you pretty much get me then, because, like I say, we all are of the Christ energy, but when you read that shit and they talk about when you read Egyptian knowledge, they talk about Heru and Horus, despite years of scholars saying, "Oh, there's no such thing as no one Messiah coming back, because it's all of us." I am that one nigga, but it's all of us. So it's the yin and the yang, because it's both. That's why you have to know how to. That's why I'm called Sambo, the combiner of both worlds, two worlds. Because you just got to sit in the middle to understand shit. Because it gets kind of yin yangy. But like I said, you find when you really tap into the knowledge, you find out stuff about yourself too. That's one of the things I found out. Now, like I say, it went from finding out just being a regular, I guess you could say Christian. Now, I want to make it seem like I was just Bible thumping and that was never the case. To finding out about Isis and Osiris, and that represents black people, and that's how I took it at first. Just moving along, and then I start finding out, doing the knowledge of myself, and I found out, oh, hold up, no, you're different. That's you. like no, nigga, that's you. Look at your leg. No, that's how the spirit. I'm just giving you a funny rendition of it, but that's how the shit came about. Oh no, nigga. No, you are the one. No, yeah, it's a lot of us, and we are, but you're the nigga. So, but one of the things they said the nigga would do is raise the dead. Thriller. That's what Mike Thriller represented, or what that was about. Because he's of the Messiah energy too. So he was showing you what was to come in so many words. Because one thing you gotta understand, is we went to sleep. And you could almost go far as to say that the gods on the spirit realm went to sleep too. I could show you some shit about in India where it said all the gods had died and wouldn't wake back up to the new age. Well, we in the new age now. Uh, so on one hand, you got niggas on Earth who was dead, walking around this motherfucker, but we was, lacking knowledge of self. Didn't know who we was, slavery and all that shit. However that shit happened. I ain't gonna lie. I'm starting to think, I'm starting to see the morals. Uh, they wouldn't talking too much crazy shit when they said they started talking about them boats and shit. Uh, um, I was just hearing the other day somebody was saying how it was like, man, think about how long it takes. It was saying it took. I can't remember how long it said, but it said I think it said take like 40 hours to fly a plane from America to Africa. So they said, imagine how long that would be on a boat, uh, or some shit like that. But the nigga said it made sense. I said, that boy kind of got a point. Uh, uh, to a certain degree, because I'm not saying you can't transport slaves back and forth from Africa or whatever, but I think I think it's an exaggeration. I think most of the slaves were more so from America. You probably had some imports and shit come from over there, but I think most of the slaves was already in America or whatever. So yeah, but now let me go ahead and get back to Ronaldo Ray. Uh, so yeah, anyway, I started thinking about Ronaldo Ray. Um, I had to snap because so many people have been making the transition. I said, damn, Ronaldo, this nigga still alive? Because in my mind, I'm trying to have, is this nigga coming through? And like I say, that's what I was like, damn, this nigga coming through. I said, hold on, let me run from him. Is this nigga still alive? Because I couldn't remember. So I went to Google and so this how I knew nigga was coming through. I went to Google and looked at nigga birthday. And nigga birthday is January 27th. 27, big, 2, B, 7, G, 2 plus 7 is 9, is I, B-I-G, big. Uh, Mahalia Jackson, we finna get to that too. I think I'm gonna take it there. I'm gonna have to get a little more in the big. We're gonna get into that though. Some rock shit with you niggas. Uh, but all this in commission to me preparing to kick this Biggie thing off. So when I saw that, he came through hard. Yeah, nigga. Woo, woo, and fuck them niggas talking shit up there. Tell you, man. Uncle Fool. Shout out to Ronaldo Ray, man. That nigga's a real one. So it's like, once I did that, he came through. And really came through. And was like, yeah, nigga, yeah, man. Yeah, that boy ain't like a lot of shit. Let me just say that. As far as boy said, man, I don't like how some of them niggas treating you down there. So many words. They just put it like that. That's the vibe. You know what I'm saying? The Mac Man. But like I say, when I saw that we in the 9 year or whatever, or I know you got your people like, well, we don't know what time it is. Yeah, you got that aspect too, but some of this, the way this shit lining up, the way it should be lining up on my calendar, that's just like my birthday. Well, I ain't gonna get to it. Anyway, um, but uh, the R, I was. That's what it was. Okay, I'm trying to show you the major link. But before that, uh, before I start thinking about Ronaldo Ray, or before I watched that movie, or was it right after? Was it before or after? Anyway, when uh I think I seen him in the joint, and then I did the that weekend. I was working on this song, but in the song, I'm uh I'm playing off the letter R or whatever. I use the letter R in it, and after that is when I had the rest of the Ronaldo Ray experience or whatever, which goes back to last year. Um, that was that nigga. Hell yeah. Now this shit coming back last year. Now I see, it's a sign. It's another part to this story too with the sign. I gotta go back into my inner recesses though. But this was last Halloween, around Halloween time. Uh, the gas station out here, the Spark. I don't know if they got them everywhere, but I had passed by one in the R. Cause we had just had a storm or some shit like a few months before that. Uh, I think it was that Aaliyah storm. Cause Aaliyah, she came through in a storm on I think that was last year. It was last year. Yeah, it wasn't this May going into Halloween. It was last year. But no, she came through in a storm because of the motherfuckers locking a nigga up and shit. Well, just put it like this. She came through on the day that I got locked up on that bogus ass charge that they put on me. So but she came through on that same day, May 16th. Through that storm though. I think it was that storm that knocked the R out, pushed the R back. So now when you back, and I'm telling you this because this is the type of shit you have to be on if you really want to be serious about your business when it comes to knowledge of self. This is how you have to think. You have to remember little shit. You ain't never remember everything, or because I know there's a lot of shit I done wrote notes on. I probably won't even find and shit. I wrote some shit down 3 years ago. I probably won't find it. It's still better though, but you have to put these its and bits and pieces together. You know what I'm saying? That's the best thing I can tell you. And I don't know how involved it is, but like I say, just based on who I am. I don't know if everybody. I'm not saying you can't do what I do, but I'm saying I don't know if the way this shit be happening to me or as frequent as it happens to me happens as frequent for other people. I'm not sure, but this shit is like, you know, I'm really damn near like I'm living in a whole other world than just somebody who's not into this shit at all. That's one of the best ways I can explain it to you. But yeah, the R was knocked out. So here we go again around the same time. He pops up. Ronaldo Ray pops up about this time last year when the R shit happened. That shit stuck in my mind. Plus the R, 18th letter, A, H, yeah, A and H, 18th letter, that's R. Then you got A and H, one A and H, and then 1 and 8 brings us back to the 9, which is this year. The 9 year, or 9, which is I. That's H, A, or R, and the I. I, Har, Harry. Harry Krishna, Horus, with the R. So yeah. See, that's how you authenticate shit. I didn't have to go. That's what I was telling you about Bobby. And it's good to do that too, though, with the girls. Because the girls, like I say, we can do it too. We can get uh, clear channels from the spiritual world, whatever. But the girls are more, they're predominantly feminine. Feminine is a receptive quality. So it's easier for them to calm their mind down and actually, or it's easier for them to, but we all can do it. Like I say, the first when it really hit me, opened me up, really my sister, my Cassie or whatever. Because like I say, I already knew about channels and I was getting them through, just occurrences or whatever. But the first time I ever just heard the voice clear, like boom, was her. And then Pun. Back to the big thing. Shout out to nigga Punisher. Uh, 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 but that's how it happens. Now, see, if I had a chick, I could just call and say, hey, woo, woo. But like I said, I can do it too. But it's like Bobby, like go back to what Bobby was saying. And not me, because I take this shit serious. But even me, don't get me wrong, small glimpses. That's why I say sometimes my well, let me show you what I'm saying first, then I'm moving too fast. But it's like Bobby was saying, a lot of shit be happening. They be trying to send you a message, or just take somebody who's not into this shit, right? Certain shit can be happening, and they be blowing it out thinking, "Oh, that ain't nothing," but it really be messages and shit, right? So, or whatever. So, what Bobby was saying was, a lot of times, a lot of channels be coming through, or people be getting channels, but they don't have no confidence in who they are. So, they'll miss the channel because they'll be thinking, oh, I'm just thinking some crazy shit in my mind. They'll think some shit, be like, oh, that ain't true. I'm just tripping. That's too far-fetched. And the whole while, it be some real shit. You just have to look at me. You think I'm just sitting here going off a whim when I tell you I'm Horus or I'm Heru? Like, I just read some shit. Hell no. I'm that message that it was like a constant. It's like once I got to a certain level, the spirit just starts saying, okay, let's start showing this nigga, hey. Because, average nigga, the average real nigga, gonna have to convince himself. It'll take, now you got some stupid niggas out there. I'm gonna say, you have some niggas out there that ain't, well, this is the best word to use for these niggas. You got some motherfuckers out there that'll go out there and do what I'm doing and say they the Messiah and really not. And be really trying to run with that shit or whatever. Me on the other hand, once I discovered what my birthmark was, that was the cue. But I didn't even go that quick in the scene. I said, yeah, I learned about the Ahe rule and I looked at my birthmark and I'm like, okay. I didn't automatically say, well, I'm that nigga. I knew I was that because of we all that or whatever, but at first I just took it like, okay, that I understand signs and shit. So I said, okay, that's a sign that this new. We just take you back to the beginning, my early stages. I'm looking at shit like, okay, this just okay. At first I just looked at it like a sign that, okay, this is a sign that I'm in the right direction. Well, I already knew I was just based off the information itself, but that was like a further confirmation because my shit shaped like the Eye of Horus. Then I go to find out the shit, little shit was happening. I always felt I was special, um, or something different. And that's another thing. Go back to Bobby. He used to ask that question in his lectures. How many of y'all felt special when y'all was growing up? And he basically was trying to say was, uh, he said everywhere you go when he asked that shit, everybody will raise their hand. But basically what he was trying to say was the reason they was in that building listening to him is the same reason they felt special and didn't know why. They just always felt it was something about themselves or whatever. Uh, um, uh, uh, so I always had that. I guess the new, I guess I guess the new term or I use a new phrase to explain it. I always had that main character energy, and it's a good energy to have. You want to be the main character in your movie, um, which goes back to what I'm telling you about studying and all this shit. You study generally, but you want to eventually get to a point to where you want to know how all this shit is relating to you because you are the main character in your movie. So, and I'm giving you an example how to do it. So don't think I'm some ambulance chaser. Every time somebody, no, I'm not. Which goes back to what I was trying to tell you about in this book. Yeah, I'm getting good at it because I'm getting good at not going off on a tangent. I know I'm getting good at it because even the shit I'm talking is bringing me right back to where shit I'm supposed to be. So anyway, I ain't an ambulance chaser. I have to say that because I celebrate those. Um, I celebrate motherfuckers here. Period. Yeah, that's gonna be a good one. So I'm trying to think, should I give y'all that one right now? I ain't saving that one for the book. I just gotta see what your lecture I want to give it to y'all in. But not a bad motherfucker. It's gonna probably be in this one because it's dealing with celebrities and shit. Uh, and you'll see why. Uh, if you ever saw me on Instagram and say, "Oh, you always talking to the celebrities under their pictures and all this other shit," I'll show you why. God damn it, shit, this nigga's crazy out here. No, but I be seeing little shit. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be talking whoopty wham and shit. It ain't just a celebrity. I fuck with it. If I just so happen to follow you on Instagram, whatever, I ain't I'm not like celebrities because celebrities really only. It's getting a little better now because I done seen some things, but how celebrities be. I only talk knob with other celebrities, so uh, uh, you know, not saying they all like that, and basically not. And at the same time, I ain't even really no diss because hell, you can't talk to every motherfucking body. They got a million motherfuckers under your comments. A lot of them might be bots and shit too, but it's just like me. I'm Christ. I'm quite sure it's a lot of people who I follow cause on Instagram. They be like, damn, this nigga follow me. Uh, uh, I can't follow everybody though, so it's like you know what I'm saying. Um, uh, but uh, but yeah, I got some information on that. Cold information, not cold, good cold, bad shit. Boy, this shit is ill. I ain't gonna lie. It's just like this here, the creation of the earth shit I started, which the first one I started ended, not purposely. It ended on big. Let me get into that too. Hold up, let me stop right here. Anyway, um, uh, I started that. I did that first one. I think it was 2020 going into 2021 or 2021 going into 22. I'm not sure, but no, I think it was 2020. No, that was the last year. It was 2021. I think it was 2021 going in. Anyway, I think it was 2021 going into 2022. But so if it was 2022, I started it just like this shit, East meets West. I started in the fall. Shout out to Tina Reed, LaWanda Page. They came through heavy. Which is funny how they came through together because you got Latina Reed, LaWanda Page, Reed Page. I can't make this shit up. LaWanda Page is the bronze goddess of fire. That's what they used to call her in the early days, before it got to the Sanford. So shout out to Red Fox, you know what I'm saying? That nigga that be coming through. He came through that around that time. With the, I know I had to tell y'all about the with that one. Cause I got 2 creation series, but I think it was that one, the one where I broke down the Harlem Nights thing. Where you go, if you go and see how, I use it as an example of how the dome, the invisible dome over the earth magnifies the moon and pulls what you think the surface of the moon is flat, but it's a cup. But we see it as flat because the cup part, or the part that's pushed in, appears pulled out, making it seem flat on the surface, making it seem like it's a flat surface as opposed to a curved surface, because of the effect that the dome has the same effect that those glasses that Red Fox had on, and the fisheye effect, in so many words. It made it, when you put the glasses on, his eyes was close, it made his eyes bigger and shit, or made it like he was popping out. Same thing. And shout out to my sister, man, Kaya, cause that camera that I first started shooting my videos with, that was the first time I ever seen the fisheye effect. You got the fisheye effect on there. I had used that for one of the pictures I was fucking around with. But you see all that shit, see, you would think, you're like, what you told that for? No, this is how they work or whatever. So alright, what the fuck I was going with that? Oh yeah, but I was saying, yeah, when I done the first one, I started in the spring, and the last one I did was on the day Big passed, on March 9th. March 9th, go to I again. Mahalia Jackson came through too. I'm gonna get into that. She's a lot of shit I gotta organize. So I got the notes. Now I gotta organize this shit. Now a lot of times that's what shit be about. As a matter of fact, that's what Big told me this morning, but I'm sure he told me. Relax and take notes. Cause I was supposed to do this shit yesterday. But I started fucking with that music. And on one hand, I'd be like, man, I should have done it because it was January. I mean, it was November 27th, the Big, B-I-G, whatever. But that's how that shit worked too, though. So I started fucking with this beat, and got stuck on the beat. Second time that shit happened to me, I was supposed to do some other shit earlier this year. After fucking with that music, stuck. But the beat lock, when I now, mind you, I would just say, man, I got lazy. Cause you can look at that too, cause I kind of, but that what really what I was gonna do it. Let me show you how it happened. I was gonna do it yesterday. I fucked around and got on that, started making a beat, and got stuck on the goddamn beat, and then didn't feel like doing it after or whatever. But the beat gonna be a smoker though, like. But that's how. Now if I would have done shit, I'd be like, I tripped out. I was like, no, I got some fucking. And that's how it happens sometimes. Just like the other thing that happened. I missed the joint, but the motherfucking beat gonna be fire. It's already fire. Just gotta add some shit to it. It's like a lot of my shit is like I ain't got nothing done yet because I think a lot of this shit that I'm doing now, for one, I gotta give me a new laptop or a new probably a desktop, man. I gotta get the shit. And I might have to put my goddamn nah, I be fucking with y'all. I know how to crack a hustle, but I feel like I might have to put my goddamn soup cup out there on you niggas' ass. Take up a, 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 a I'm raising money for a PC fund around this motherfucker. That with a desktop around this motherfucker. But nah, man. But nah, but I need to really give me some more shit so I can I wanna that's cause I got good shit on here. But I think one of the reasons why I don't well, I ain't gonna say I think I know because this is conscious, right? Conscious decision. Uh, um, I gotta give me some analog shit, man. I gotta touch some keys with some of this shit. Like I can't. Now I can make a few beats to get by. Uh, just to have something to rap on, some dope shit too. I can fuck with. Don't get me wrong, I can make dope shit, but I can't make dope shit as fast as I could if I had a drum machine and some keys to actually touch on. Cause like I say, that key shit is a factor. I could work with it, but uh, I need to be able to hit some shit. It takes too long to do that. Cause I gotta find a note, and when I can just so when you doing this shit, you can just boom, 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 and come up with some shit. With this shit, I gotta put the note here, and then well, this one sound right after that one. You can get me wrong. I wouldn't throw that away. Even with the analog shit, this shit you can do shit on here easier. Just like my snare, my hi hats. I'm throw with them hi hats. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the Fruity Loop thing, which is some shit something I realized just which pertains to something I just realized. I think last night. I was listening to one of my tracks, and I was listening to the hi hat. I was like, man, my shit is like, and I'm not sure if it's because you don't, at least from what I see or hear, it seems like hi hat. It's like it seems like the hi hats is we lacking hi hats or whatever, or uh, I don't know, man. There's something about that hi hat game that been for hi hats in hip hop. It's like the hi hats has been on a decline. Now I'm gonna give you some small shit right here, man. No pun intended. But little shit like this, now I'm gonna reach to a certain degree. But this is how type of shit you gotta have, type of mindset you gotta have. Now when I be making them tracks, man, them hi hats be like my shit. I don't know, like I said, I don't know if it's just I'm just throw. I'm good with the hi hats. Uh, uh, percussions and shit. Uh, I'm not sure if I'm just that good because when I be listening to people really getting into it, I be like, man, hi hats. They just inspire lyricism. Like, man, I can't explain it. And like I say, go back to hip hop today or shit I be hearing on the radio today. Not only do I not hear that type of shit, which is essential, when I do hear hi hats, it's some old, it's a nasty hi hat, man. That's what I call it, the nasty hi hat. Not good nasty either. It's because I'm nasty on the beats, baby. That's what it. That's probably one of you hear some of my shit. Probably the first thing coming to your mind. This boy is nasty. He's not. He's nasty. Michelle, he said he's nasty. Because my shit be. And I ain't trying to pull him. Oh, let me back up because I want to make it sound like I'm Super Bowl whore. But what I'm saying is because I make these beats, and then a lot of the times when I'd probably be a little quicker. Now, ultimately, I gotta get my shit because really that's really what it is. Like it takes me long to do shit on this shit here because I need keys and shit, man. So but I can't do it off that, right? Whatever. But just in the name of now, don't get me wrong. And I'm gonna say this shit too. Now, I ain't never asked you niggas, for nothing. so many words. But I will say this. I ain't saying I'm finna come out with an album and another. I had to catch myself. I kind of got. I think I got a little. I think I got a little gassed over the summer. Like I was like, man, I think I probably have an album out next year. Nah, man, not next year. But I think I could probably have a few bangers out by the summer. I'm not saying that's the case. Matter of fact, that is not the case. But I'll just give you my progress. And who knows? I ain't gonna say it ain't the case, but I know I can at least do that if I really, really put my mind to it. But I'm not really in a rush because don't look like that much money in this shit no more. To be honest with you, you ain't got no big name. Uh, Now maybe on a local level, you know, and I gotta get into that shit too. But I was just thinking about I was wondering if I wouldn't have went to jail, would I been fortunate enough. I went to jail when I was 19. But I was trying to think would I have been fortunate enough to snap and say, hey, maybe you should do the independent thing first, at least first, or at least do it and then go to. Because I always had a major label mind state, but now when I look back, we're like, nah, we pretty much was doing it the right way in Texas. Cause we more of an independent state, but you pretty much can make the kind of bread. You might not be able to get the type of notoriety. And you can do that too, but you can't get the shot the fat pat, man. But you can make that independent bread. For now, you might not get the notoriety, so you might not get the big stadiums and shit. But the flip side to that is, what we was doing. And not just us, but we big on it down here. Like, New York and shit, them niggas was looking for labels. Niggas down here was getting it done on their own. But they was getting the big looks and shit, though, don't get me wrong. Not just New York. But I'm just saying it because that's the birth of it. You know, that's what all the labels was and shit. You know, New York, LA, whatever. But a lot of them niggas still eating, niggas still good today. You got niggas who was all on TV and the big names and shit. They might be fucked up now because, well, I ain't gonna say fucked up, but we just put it like this. You know, they got the stadiums and shit. Now, niggas from Texas, you know, they demographics is probably Texas, New Orleans, Oklahoma, Colorado, you know, shit like that. And it's the surrounding area or whatever. So it might have been, even though they show money, it might be, you know, Alabama, shit like that. So even though, I guess that would probably be once upon a time, but I wouldn't refer to it as the Chitlin circuit now, but, or some shit like that. But I think that's what they used to refer to when they used to say that shit, like that type of market. But them niggas did good because you going to select your hits and shit and getting your shit pressed up. You paying to get your shit pressed up, but then you get all the money off your CDs and shit. As opposed to some niggas, niggas who had major deals and only getting like 2 cents an album and shit like that. But they got their money on the shows and shit or whatever. So that kind of was the advantage with the mainstream shit or whatever. But now when I look at this shit and you know, in retrospect, I was like, man, I see all the shit niggas got to go through with major deals and shit. And I look at the niggas, you know, just like after the smoke cleared damn now. And I'm looking at all of our niggas, the independent niggas, and I'm looking at them, I'm like, yeah, them niggas, it don't matter now because I went to jail, but I be looking back like, man, I probably would have because, like you said, all the labels and shit is somewhere else. So even though I know if I would have made a demo or made a few, all I had to do was get them motherfucking the right. Whoever heard that shit was gonna say, hey. So I always had the mentality that I would, would be able to some way how get a major deal. But I don't think that was the. And it could have been the move, but like I said, because like everybody that get a major deal, it's just like anything else. That shit gonna come with something, even if it's just. They ain't always talking about your backside, because that's what a lot of some of this shit was about. Niggas having to do strange things for some change, but that's another whole other story. But no, or the other sacrifice. Oh, you have to kill this one and that one. No, sacrifice can be as simple as this. Uh, uh, the mere work effort you have to put in this shit is a sacrifice. You sacrifice your time. So you get the deal, but see, a lot of people don't think about the work. So let's just say you're a singer. Now you don't mind singing, and you don't mind, doing your thing or whatever. Man, I just saw R&B video. Man, I ain't gonna push all out there like that though, man. But yeah, man. The Cruiser, I saw you. I'm gonna have to, man. I'm probably have to talk about this. I want to put that in the book. But I think that'll be. I'm gonna find when I want to talk about it. But yeah, but so let's just say you were single. A lot of people think you like, okay, I want to be a singer, I want to be this, I want to be that. But then you don't ever really think about, and I can say the same thing because, uh, being an inspiring rap artist or whatever. You think about it, the work that you got to put in for this shit, but then you're like, oh man, that's my dream. I want to do this, I want to do that. But I think the hard work that goes into that shit, because that is a part of it too. But I don't like when people be like, when you be like, niggas be like, man, that nigga did X, Y, and Z. Or for example, you take now I'm going to say no name, but take a celebrity. And somebody asks them, well, how do you feel about them saying that people had to do this, that, and the third to get to where they was at? And that motherfucker be like, man, why it can't just be hard work? Why it just can't be hard work? First of all, motherfucker, we know you're going to work hard. That white boy going to make sure that. He going to make sure of that. But who said it can't be both? Because your ass going to work hard. So just because you work hard don't mean you didn't do some strange shit. And I'm not saying that's the case with every celebrity. You don't want to get in that too. Because it's easy to do that when you hear certain stories. Then you'll start to think like, well, that's just how everybody has to operate within Hollywood. It's like, no. Some people get there. Some people see what's going on. Or somehow what's going on affects them in a negative way. And they may just get the fuck away. Some people get in there and get down with the bullshit. And then you got some people that may face that shit and evaded it, but never got the big shit that a lot of motherfuckers got because they wasn't down with doing X, Y, and Z. So it's a mixture. It ain't just you going there and if you don't give up your butthole, you ain't gonna make it. No, it ain't like that. There's a lot of that though, but they don't. I would like to believe it ain't like that. I don't know. I'm not a. I know all that shit is based on me though. Hollywood. I'm gonna save that one, but I'm gonna get into that one. Probably the next one because I got some shit I want to say, but I don't want. Like I said, I don't want to hold out here too long. And I ain't really just got. I'm jump into some of this biggie and then I'm gonna gear up for the next one. But I'm kind of doing it now, not on purpose though. That's how you know this shit real. Cause I've done this video about a month ago, really. I say I'm up for about like I think about like 2 or 3 hours. It wasn't one of them bad motherfuckers. I would really been mad. But I did like 2 hours and the fucking mic wasn't on. And I'm used to, every other laptop I done had, you didn't have to cut the mic on the fucking camera. With this shit, you gotta cut the mic on. Then it's a fucking, some light out of the other laptop. Didn't have no goddamn, this shit, he got a light. I don't like lights. Like, I don't like beams on computers and shit. Aim straight at me and shit. So I really be trying to you have to fucking wear this shit. I don't know if you can cut that off or yeah, this is a weird laptop because I don't even know how to no, this is the other one. This shit got the light. The other one, I don't even know how to cut the motherfucking, I'm saying because I'm computer illiterate. No, this shit is usually you go to settings to change the sleeper time on your laptop. I don't see that shit in the hood laptop. So I like to play my beats and shit sometimes and just lay back and vibe that bitch for about 10 minutes. But I have to, close my eyes and get in the zone. But with this shit, I gotta pop up every time the shit go off just to hit the screen. And you know what I mean. But yeah, I did like 2 hours in this shit. But what really pissed me off though, well, I'm gonna say pissed me off, but I was upset. But one part in the video, it's funny that happened. But one part of the video why I yawned. But when I yawned, you know how you be, I think I was thinking about something. And then when I went to expound on the thought, I yawned at the same time. So I was talking and yawning. Man, when I tell you I sounded just like this nigga, man. It wouldn't even sound, I go as far as it was the nigga coming through me. Man, I'm talking about I sounded just like this nigga. Not trying or I'm trying to be Biggie for it. No, this shit just happened. So when I went back to post that and seen the fucking mic wasn't on, I gotta remember what I said in that video, or did I say that yet? Or it's a thing. But there's a lot of shit I want to say that I said off the head in that motherfucker, but I'll pretty much remember that because that's just within the whole scheme of things. So yeah, but sometimes sacrifice is just like it's just the work you have to put in, or just like when you go to work, you may not. Most time people go to work, you got some people that love their job, and that's good. If you could get yourself on that level, then a lot of us is just out here just trying to make it. So you're doing shit you might not necessarily like your job, though. Anyway, or maybe you do. It don't matter, but like if what would you say? You just say it really don't matter. You're trying to make some bread or whatever. You sacrificing your time for that money. So that's why when you at work, you can't wait to get home. That's a sacrifice. You sacrifice your time because in your mind, you're like, you want to be doing some shit. I'm not gonna say that one yet. I know I'm gonna have to stop doing that too. But I'm finna say something. But I'm gonna say that I got an Instagram post I want to do. I don't want to give you niggas. I want to kind of keep it up. No, I can say that one. It wasn't that one. I'm thinking about the wrong song. But now, Shanice, Smile. Like her, when she's saying that you go listen to that song, that's one of the parts she's talking about. She ready to be free. Free to paint her toenails, sing all day and shit. Go listen to the song. Bad motherfucker, man. Shout out to Flex too, man. Boy, got him a live one. I'm glad to see them two still together, man. We see we see so many cases of celebrity couples going wrong. It's like, so every time I see one where they still going strong for years and shit, man, I don't want to have. I hope I don't turn up because shit be happening like that. I hope I don't turn on YouTube tomorrow. Be like, oh, Flex and Shanice ain't together no more. I be like, oh man, he ruined me. So, but nah, I like the fact, they be doing they be doing they um, they be doing they I don't know, this a couple years ago they used to do something on I don't know if it was TikTok or Instagram, but I think they got like a little duet they be doing where they like play songs or something like that. Cause I know it's been a minute since I've been on. That's where it was TikTok, but it's been a minute since I've been on TikTok. I don't know if he was DJing, but I know it's him and her. They got a little thing they be doing together. Shout out to Kwame too. I like his his TikTok show. I think he be DJing though, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a while since I've been on TikTok, but I just kind of remember things faintly. But I like his background though. Like he does the shit that I be telling y'all to do with the and other people before me too, AGB, but he does the shit like you see all like old. I think if I'm not mistaken, like old toys and stuff in the background of his of his of his joint or whatever in his setup. That just all came to me. But yeah, shout out to them, man. Like I said, shout out to Flex and Shanice, man, because I like to see that because I think we be needing shit like that. We see it's not a proper balance. It's like it's more. We always hearing about celebrity breakups, but you don't ever really hear about the ones where, like I say, that's why when I seen it, I was like, damn, they still together. That's dope. You know what I'm saying? Dope means good in Houston. I know y'all.